Peace, family. It's your brother, Oh God, Hip Hop, Uncensored. I just want to try something new. We're gonna be doing current topics. You know, if y'all don't know, viral hip hop news. You can subscribe right there in the description box. I actually have the owner operator of the site sitting right here, and we're gonna turn the camera on him a minute and talk about just a few current topics real briefly. You know what I mean? So stay tuned. Hit that like button for me. You know what I mean? Moderators, just please make sure everything is good, and we're gonna get right to this. Peace, what's going on, bro?
Yo, what it do, brother? What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling, man. Yep. Plug your site, man, real quick. Let them know.
Cool, man. Well, Viral Hip Hop News is the site. Your place for all things viral, real, raw, and uncut, baby. I appreciate the plug, man. Like I said, Viral Hip Hop News. Go check me out right now.
Yes, sir. And y'all can go right into the description box. For all your latest news is coming fast. So go in the description box and sign up to that page right now. Everybody under the sound of my voice. All right, definitely. So let's talk about a few current topics. Let's talk about first let's start with DMX. Now we know about the whole situation. You reported the story. I reported the story. Of DMX. Doing some nut shit. Getting. It's reportedly that it was some drugs, marijuana, and I think cocaine found in his system, and it's almost like a cry for help. Probation violation. He ran. He went to St. Louis or something without telling his PO. Just DMX does what he want to do. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So, what are your thoughts on DMX, man? What's going on, man?
Well, first off, DMX is a legend to our game. You know what I mean? He's definitely given us jewels. He's definitely given us ways to learn and ways to live, and ways not to fucking live out here. You know what I mean? We can all live through his mistakes. And unfortunately, we're looking at a man who's breaking down, and he's breaking down in front of everybody. You know what I mean? We're seeing a man's demise where usually if you see someone breaking down, it's not at the convenience of millions of eyes watching you feel me? And he's unfortunately in a position where we're watching it happen in front of our faces. You know what I mean? And that could be a lot of the cause of it and the rapid speed of it in which it's happening. You know what I mean? Because it seems like every time you turn around, there's another headline about DMX getting hit with tax evasion, then he gets hit with the cocaine, then after he gets, the judge gives him grievance and stuff, he's running out and fucking buying hot dogs and people. He's just a bunch of wild behavior DMX always has gotten into. You know what I mean? And it definitely is a cry for help, but unfortunately we're all he's basically on TV. We're watching him, and it's sad, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely sad, and it's definitely crazy. Just because we seen, where he comes from. At the end of the day, we seen, I can remember being in your room, you having his album "Dark as Hell Is Hot" and all that, flesh of my flesh, butter my blood, all that shit laid around, and just, But one thing he always did, he was real, open and honest about his addiction, and he just said he loved, pretty much cocaine.
He a real dude. I mean,
right.
90 motherfucking % of Hollywood do it. You know what I mean? Most of your favorite actors out there doing it. He just happens to be in a position where he's, in the public eye, and he's going through something, and he's always been a target, so to speak, without getting too deep into it, for the media. He's always been a very easy target for the media, always outspoken, always real, always uncut, so it was always easy to grab a headline from him. You know what I mean? And then when he got into his legal trouble and went through what he went through, he was really open and honest about the shit that he was going through. And they didn't like that. You know what I mean? So the media's always been a target for DMX. So for him to, make some of his self-inflicted mistakes, because they're definitely self-inflicted. Him going through tax evasion stuff has nothing to do with the media. That's on DMX. But for them to portray it and just shed such a crazy light on it, it's going to get blown up. You know what I mean? And now we're watching the downfall of a real inspirational and influential brother in our era and in the rap era altogether, hip-hop era altogether.
Right. Yeah, no doubt, Monetarily, more peace to you, brother, in the chat. Praise for DMX. Definitely cocaine is definitely a hell of a drug. We seen, especially crack, we seen how it decimated the black community. You know what I'm saying? That, that drug. But, yeah, so, hopefully DMX can get that shit, together. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, we all, it's just a microcosm of what's going on, pretty much, in our community. Now, let's move on. Let's move to the Usher situation. Another thing with the media, we always talk about this media. It seems like they kind of, it's a false narrative being painted of Usher. What do you think about that? From the hotel stories to the herpes allegations to him saying he's not paying nobody. Talk about Usher, man.
All right, so when the story first broke, you and I, Hip Hop News Uncensored and Viral Hip Hop News, had a lot of fun on it. You know what I mean? We joked on Usher, we clowned on Usher. You know what I mean? Because it was funny as hell. Somehow you get popped for herpes, dude. Like, what's going on? It was an easy joke. But once you started digging through the facts and really started digging into what was going on, and you know what I mean, another person came out, and then a man comes out, and then this woman comes out who has video, and then she collaborates her story with her staying in the Days Inn in the city, and you and I both are real closely related to the Atlantic City area. You happen to go over there, if they can grab your link and go check out you going live over there to the Days Inn and talking to the manager and having him shook to death. You know what I mean? Because it looked like it was set up, and you talked to my man, and he was there, so he knew something was going on. It seemed like something fishy was around the area, you know what I mean? So the more we got into it, I know we almost found it as a duty to almost kind of clear the brother's name, because it was such a negative tone being put on his name, and in a rapid way. For what reason? You know what I mean? So if we were going to get the negative, and we were going to get the negative thrown in our face, we had to give you the other perspective. If there was another perspective, it was only our right and our duty to do that. Being so close to the area, it was right on. So we've been spot on with the news, man. Y'all see it on Hip Hop News Uncensored and Viral Hip Hop News. Y'all watching what was going on. And the more and more you look at it, now Usher's starting to speak a little more, saying that he's not paying a dime until everything comes out, which is, you're damn right. You're going to vindicate your name and make sure it's clear. Why would you give anybody a dime if it's not justified? Now, like I said on Viral Hip Hop News, I dropped a story. Maybe he does have herpes. Who knows? Maybe they got inside information on him being dirty.
Right.
Whatever the case, they might have took that and ran with it. Yeah, it's just so much going on right now. It's almost like it's a trickle-down effect. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if 3 more people comes out. It's just how the media comes and tries to take care and orchestrate this situation to puppet master their story however they want to get it done. So yeah, it's definitely more to look into. I wouldn't read into anything the media necessarily tells you. Look at all facts before you start judging Usher.
Right, definitely. Now, this whole NFL thing has been picking up steam. Now, are you boycotting the NFL this year?
I am boycotting the NFL this year. I will not be watching football this year. I pick my culture over football. It's 16 games of entertainment, and when I look at it, if I'm not disciplined enough and I don't have the psyche enough as a man to be able to take away 16 games of football and love of my culture, and who am I as a man?
That's deep.
You feel me? So I will be boycotting this year. I know other people around my circle will be boycotting. I know people that aren't boycotting. I'm not mad at you if you do or you don't. This man in particular will be boycotting the NFL. It doesn't matter if Colin Kaepernick gets a job or not. These 16 games and beyond will not be watched by me this year.
Right. And, I agree, man. I'm right behind you, man. I think we got to make a stand for something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At some point in time, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, Colin Kaepernick is a situation. Another sports thing we have coming up is this whole Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather fight, which ties into the hip hop community,
yeah, of course,
as always, and into just politics in general. What up, my man Darren, and what up to Cloud9 Vodka TV? Peace to y'all.
It's good. Appreciate y'all watching.
What do you think about this? Is it disrespectful? Is it disrespectful? You know what I'm saying, for him to be even Conor McGregor to be even fighting Mayweather first.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Take that.
Is it disrespectful? Yeah, it definitely is disrespectful. You got a man who is 49-0, regarded as the greatest boxer in our era, pound for pound one of the greatest boxers of all time. You could put him in top 5. You could put him in your top 3. Argumentative, one of the top 2 boxers in our era. And you put him in the ring with a dude who's never boxed a day in his career. Yes, he's an established mixed martial artist, but it translates nothing to do in a boxing ring, as does boxing translate to UFC ring. You know what I mean? So the comparison isn't fair. You know what I mean? So if you look at it as a boxing enthusiast, no, it's very disrespectful. On a business sense, on the other hand, it makes perfect sense. And if you look at it from a business perspective, you can understand the reasoning and why it's happening, and it's entertaining. You know what I mean? It's definitely entertaining when you strip it down and you look at him talk shit and run their mouth. Because Conor McGregor's a great salesman. He could talk.
Yeah.
He could definitely talk. He runs his mouth. He has swag and all that good shit, so he could sell a fight. You know what I mean? He's whipping Floyd's ass when it comes to talking.
Right.
But when it comes to that ring, it's gonna be a whole nother fucking story.
Right. And I agree with you. And I had a thought that I'm gonna actually go back. And I agree everything you said there. It's definitely disrespectful, and It's entertainment. Like the dude said in the chat room, the fans kind of call for it.
Yeah, man.
Peace Strange made too. Also, the boycott. How far should the boycott go? Let's go a little bit deeper into this, because we had this thought, and I was talking about it with my dad the other day. It was a time where they had something called the Negro Leagues, and the reason they had these Negro Leagues because we couldn't play with the white folks. At the end of the day, and not only we know about the segregation and all that different stuff like that, but since we're not getting the respect, because it's about respect and about being treated like a human being, first and foremost, should these rappers, Diddy, Master P, Jay-Z, all these people really have a conversation and sit down? I'm talking about your billionaires, the people who can, get their hands on money. And you see Ice Cube and even Master P, which I will report later, has his own team in New Orleans now. He's the president of a basketball league, a multi-gender basketball league, or a mixed gender, basketball league, right? Do we need to have a conversation about having our own leagues again?
Do we? In order for that conversation to be authentic and real, we need major backing from people with major dollar. You know what I mean? Your Master P's, your Diddy's, your Jay-Z's, whoever else out there of black culture, of black race, who has the financial backing to make a major move like this to happen. Because in order for us to make something like that happen, we're going to need financial backing. You know what I mean? Because alone, in the amount that we're going to probably need, 9 times out of 10, we're not going to grab. You know what I mean? So it's going to be 100% our capital to put into it in order for that to be successful. Now, once we had the discipline to do that, we'd have to get the support of the athlete. We'd have to start early. You know what I mean? We have to start in college. We have to start in high school.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? We have to start from the ground root and give them a reasoning in going to this stage over the other stage. Is color enough? Now, to you and I, being the age that we are, the wisdom that we have in gaining more, you know what I mean? We can honestly see the success and the what that would gain for us as a people. But you're looking at 10, 11-year-olds who are involved in this culture, who are involved in this world, who really don't know anything but what they're seeing on TV. See, they don't really truly know how to identify with themselves. Seeing the Shield, the NFL, coming to them, it's going to be a hard bargain to cross. So it's going to take major dollars. The entertainers can do it, though. I'm not saying they can't. Your Diddy's, your Jay-Z's, your people with wealth, and they can definitely do it. If they put their main name out there and put themselves at the face of what's going on in the league, as the new Negro League, in football, baseball, whatever the case, hey, man, it could definitely make a major move. I think one thing that we need to work on and start having more of a voice for is guaranteed dollars in the NFL. And I say that more so because as black players being, I want to say 80% of the league, if not more, if not less, you can quote me if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't have guaranteed dollars and guaranteed pensions for the rest of their lives. Now, we can see the substantial detriment that football does to us, although you and I both love it. It's a very dangerous game to play.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Financial backing for the rest of your lives and comfortability for your family would definitely secure a lot of these men's lives. But they don't get it. So how do we start there and then slowly, you know what I mean, build from there and then take it from there? It's definitely a conversation. It's getting to that point. It's getting to that point, oh God, where we're at.
No doubt. Now, Strange made in the chat room, you put in my question goes unanswered. What question are you asking? I didn't see you ask no questions. If you're asking who this is, his name is Sam Anthony, the owner of Viral Hip Hop, which is right in the description about y'all should go subscribe there right now.
Listen to me talk. I'm who y'all think I am. I'm who y'all say I am. It don't matter. I'm talking.
Right.
Gain perspective.
Yeah. So, I didn't put the name in the title, my bad. So if I don't know what question you was asking, but definitely, but yeah, for me to add on to that, I think it'll take a lot to do that. I don't know if it's attainable right now, but it's something that should be, looked at at some point in time, right now. Like now. So, peace. Oh, okay. So she was asking who your name was.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Hey.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't know. All right, cool.
Much love to you.
Maybe she like you, I guess. I said, who that? Nah, but it's all good, though.
Much love to you.
Yeah. And that's, we try to, the message that we try to put out, man, with our media platforms. You got to remain positive, through the whole, process. You know what I'm saying? But, so we said Conor McGregor, Usher, Chris Brown.
Yeah,
that joint popped off, where he released a statement, I guess you could read it if you want to read what you want to say.
I mean, well, obviously Chris Brown was in the news.
Real quick, what you call said you well spoken. Ruth McMillan.
Wow. Ruth McMillan, I appreciate you. Go subscribe to Viral Hip Hop News right now. I got a lot of great tutorials and great editorials going on about the Usher situation, R. Kelly, and much, much more, man. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
No doubt. So yeah, the Chris Brown joint, he steps up and he reveals, what happened that night when he supposedly or allegedly, well, not allegedly, he did say that he beat, he beat Rihanna to a pulp. You know what I mean? He probably just didn't remember. You know what I mean? But he was young, and they were both young.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They got a lot of money. They probably out there drinking. So, I'm not giving him an excuse, but
right.
What did Chris Brown say about that night? Because he broke his silence on that.
Yeah, man. Well, he got real candid about it. It's well known. You know what I mean? And he's had the stigma over his career since it happened of him doing what he did to Rihanna. You know what I mean? He came out. I want to read a little something. He said, Brown said that while they were in a Lamborghini, he told Rihanna to look at his phone, to deny that he was still seeing a woman in question, and the singer saw a text message from her. She starts going off. She throws the phone. He recalls, I hate you. She's hitting me. We're in a Lamborghini. She's fighting me. I'm like, look, I'm telling you the truth. I swear. She hits me a couple more times, and it doesn't go from translation to, let's sit down, I'm telling you the truth. It goes to now, I'm going to be mean, be evil. I remember she tried to kick me, but then I really hit her with a closed fist. I punched her. I busted her lip. When I saw it, I was in shock. I was like, fuck, why the hell did I hit her? From then, she went to spit in my face. Then the singer continued, spit blood in my face, and it enraged me more. After he pulled over, Rihanna allegedly faked throwing the keys out of her car, out of the window, and she called for help. He says, I get out the car, and I'm looking for keys, and somebody yelled, and she yells out, her door, help. He's trying to kill me. Soon after their fight, a police photo emerged of Rihanna's bloody, bruised face. He says, he looks back at that picture, and he's like, that's not me, bro. That's not me, he said. I hate it to this day. That's going to haunt me forever. Now, this happened years ago. Used to, like he said, they were teenagers. You know what I mean? Rihanna's since moved on and had a great career. Chris Brown has had, he don't drop nothing but hits, but his career has been clouded since then. But you both knew and remembered him too from that incident. It's very unfortunate, man, how they got to live in front of the cameras and how a situation. And now we don't advocate domestic violence, not advocate either one of them hitting each other. But it's a situation where you find young people enraged, like you said, whatever could have been going on in that situation, and in an act of stupidity and one mistake can take your life somewhere completely different. It's so unfortunate.
Yeah. Let's talk about that, because even if I'm not mistaken, this dude is still on probation from that. Word. You got Meek Mill still on probation for some shit that happened damn near 10 years ago. Like, what the fuck? Nobody died. A motherfucker got caught with a gun now. Yeah, okay, like, she may have got, but it's like they want to keep control. It's all about control.
Yeah, man. Well, I don't want to say that's a flaw in our judicial system, excuse me. That's a flaw in our people. That's just a flaw in whatever. They want it the way they got it anyway.
Right.
The way that they have it set up and the way that they have it laid out is exactly how they want it. So until we start realizing that as a people, it's nothing to be surprised about. We shouldn't be surprised about anything. It's crazy that he's still on probation with that. It's crazy that Meek Mill is still on probation, but you know what I mean? Someone in another community will be given another chance because they made a mistake. You know what I mean? It's insane.
Yeah, and it's like one mistake.
One mistake.
For the rest of your life, damn near. Or at least the next 10 to 15 years of your life. You can get expungement and stuff like that. But, a lot of people don't have that knowledge to do that. They live with that and they have that on their record. They can't get work. They can't get jobs. They can't get damn near nothing. Right. You know what I mean? So, it's a lot to be done, and we try to use our platform to touch on as much stuff, as we can. You know what I mean? So, real quick, fam, one more time, go into the description box, and if you want to get more of this brother, Sam Ant, he is the owner, operator of Viral Hip Hop News and Push Up with Sam Ant. But that link for Viral Hip Hop News is in the description box. Miss McMillan said she's going over there.
Appreciate
you know what I mean? And Cloud9 Vodka said, great discussion. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
We just got to do our part, as men, as black men, of course, to stand up and show what's really going on and give the truth out, to the people at the end of the day. You got any closing words you want to give to the fam?
Well, thank you very much, loyal listeners and subscribers to Hip Hop News Uncensored. Appreciate you, God, for the dope discussion. Y'all go over, hit that link right now in his description box and subscribe to Viral Hip Hop News. I'm dumping fucking content by the daily, man. Y'all getting 3 to 6 to 10 videos a day, man. I'm not playing around over there. Get all your friends to subscribe. all your loyal listeners to subscribe, man. Let's get this movement going. Trying to get to 1,000, 10,000 to 1 million, man. As fast as y'all let me, yo. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the discussion, oh God. Until next time, man.
Yes, sir. So, y'all already know, man. I appreciate y'all from listening. Just in the backyard, you know, chilling. We'll get some better scenery, but you know, this is from the muscle. You know what I mean? We can have it pretty set and all that shit. We'll get all that and the logos in the back. But this is straight from the muscle. We want to talk to the people, you know, right in your face. Just, you know, what we doing, chilling, working on some videos and news, you know, to put out to the people. You know what I mean? So, you know, hit that subscribe button if you didn't already do it. Hit that like button, you know, and leave your comment in this video. You know what I mean? We definitely appreciate it. So, and yeah, and share this joint too. When as soon as this video is done, hit the share button, share it on Facebook, you know, then ask other people to share it so, you know, we can multiply the message. You know what I mean? So peace to everybody who listen. It's your brother, old guy, HHU for life, RTBM for life. Peace.